Now Fulio's first question is who did this? This is when his family and friends tell him about Trey Shorty and instantly he wants revenge on him. But then they inform him about the Aces in general and that a rapper named Yungeen Ace has been dissing Zion. This is all it takes. Fulio's savage mode is fully activated on the Aces. So first he discovers that both Trey Shorty and Yungeen Ace live in the suburb of Orange Park, Florida. And after watching music videos and examining social media posts, he deduces exactly where they live. In particular, he finds the exact address of Yungeen Ace's mom's house. This is bad news. Fulio instantly sends a message of revenge for his cousin Zion. So just a week after the incident, Ace's mom's house is absolutely lit up.
Them boys shot my house up. I was right there on the bed, me and my little brother Quan. They shot my house up from right up. This is my mama's right up. They shot my mama's house up. They shot this part right up. My mama was in the room. They shot that up.
Just like that, a new beef is stamped in the Jacksonville streets. On one side, you have the Ace Top Killers, also known as ATK, which is obviously led by Yungeen Ace. By this time, Ace is already a successful rapper, giving him the advantage because he has money and reach. On top of this, instead of claiming a specific block like Fulio, the Aces are spread out all throughout Jacksonville. They can basically hit you from any angle, and they definitely have the financial backing to do so. But as we know, Fulio was not the type to bow down to anyone. He's definitely up for the challenge. On top of this time around, he's not just representing Hilltop. In fact, he has a gang behind him. He would call them KTA, which stands for Kill Them All. Basically, KTA would be everyone from Hilltop and surrounding areas who mess with Fulio. So now the beef is officially on. KTA versus ATK. Jacksonville is divided. But in the meantime, there is hope that the beef settles down. Let me explain. After collecting the necessary evidence, phone records, and witness testimony, Trey Shorty is arrested for the murder of Zion Brown. So in theory, because the man who's responsible for kicking off the beef is now arrested, the beef could possibly end. But when you're dealing with a maniac like Fulio, you still want revenge in a major way. And that takes us to June 5th, 2018. It's a major day for Ace and his family as his younger brother Quan just graduated high school and it's his friend 2-3's birthday. So of course it's celebration time and Ace wants to do something for his boys. However, because of the existing beef, being out and about in Jacksonville is not a smart idea. And because of this, both the graduate and the birthday boy do not want to go out. It's just too dangerous. But for whatever reason, Ace is not scared of Fulio and his goons and he tells his boys, let's go out. Pretty much everyone except Ace is hesitant to go out, but because he's the big dog, his word goes. So now the plan is to hit them all so Ace can get them fresh, and then for family to gather around for dinner after. At 6 o'clock, Ace, Quan, 2-3, and a friend named 4 hit the mall. The particular mall is located all the way on the eastern end of Jacksonville, so they're really not worried about seeing ops. Realistically, if they're in and out quick and move low-key, they'll be completely fine. But the problem is that they do the complete opposite. Not only are they loud and take their time, but they also go on Instagram Live clearly showing their location. They're simply enjoying the moment, and because they're gonna meet their family at the restaurant at 7, they're really not too worried. So at 7 o'clock, the 4 boys gather with their family at the Wasabi Steakhouse just minutes from the mall. The dinner goes amazing as Quan and 2-3 are surprised with gifts and a whole lot of affection. Then the dinner finishes at 8:30 and they all empty out into the parking lot. Here, they're all tipsy, gathered around, and having the time of their lives. But little do they know, the rivals saw the previous Instagram Live at the mall, and they're on their way to hunt them. Everyone is oblivious except for Quan, who for whatever reason has an intuition that they need to leave. So he approaches Ace and tells him that he thinks they should leave, but Ace blows him off and tells him to simply relax. Time is ticking before the rivals arrive in the area, and coincidentally, 2-3 now wants to leave as well. He tells Ace that he wants to leave to go link with the girl, but Ace tells him to relax and that can wait till later. At this point, it's almost 9 o'clock, and the birthday boy and the graduate both want to leave. What are we still doing in this parking lot? It's time to leave.
You need to leave!
Well, shortly after 9 o'clock, Ace finally concedes and they all hop in the car and take off. But right as they're leaving, the rivals arrive in the area. 2-3 is driving, Ace is in the passenger seat, and Quan and 4 are in the back. At this point, they're all in good spirits. 2-3 is about to go link with the girl, Ace is happy the night went smoothly, Quan is relieved that nothing happened, and 4, he's probably just happy too. Well, as they leave the mall, they end up at a red light right down the street. While they're sitting at the light not paying attention, a car full of KTA members pulls alongside them. Then out of nowhere, all they hear is bang! An absolute barrage of fire hits the car. Everyone ducks down and Ace yells at 2-3 to drive away, but they're not accelerating and there's no response from 2-3, so Ace simply hops out of the car. When the shots finally stop and the rivals screech away, Ace crawls back to the car to check on his friends. The car is completely riddled, and once he looks inside, he simply drops to his knees. Sadly, Quan, 2-3, and 4 are all gone. Then when Ace is on the ground grieving, he realizes that he's hit too. An ambulance quickly arrives and thankfully Ace survives. When he finally wakes up, he thinks that had to be a nightmare. There's no way that just happened. But sadly, this is when he's hit with the horrendous news.
We continue to follow local breaking news from the South Side. The search is on for a killer. 3 people shot and killed, another wounded critically in an apparent shooting on the South Side near the UNF campus and St. John's Town Center. People are telling us that they're shocked that something like this happened in that area, an area not known for this type of crime. The way this all came down is apparently one car is sitting there, another car drives up beside it, and somebody in that second vehicle opens fire to the 4 who were sitting in the adjacent car. 3 people died right there at the scene.
Your brother passed on his birthday, and his 2 friends passed as well. Ace is absolutely crushed beyond comprehension. You couldn't imagine such a bad outcome, especially on such a joyous day. The next morning, Ace posts that he tried to cover up 2-3 and that he's simply sorry. And he also thanks God that he's still alive. But regardless, this is just sad, sad, sad.
I supposed to been able to save all of them. I supposed to went with them. I be asking God like, why? Why not me instead of them? You feel what I'm saying? They been around me my whole life. They look up to me. You feel me? I was the oldest in the car. Like all that, I gotta deal with their mamas. Like I be calling, checking up on them, see how they doing, but that ain't enough. Their mama asked me why. I don't know why. My mama asked me why they took her son from me. I don't know why. You feel what I'm saying? My mama asked me every day why. I don't got no answers for her. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why. I'm lost. I feel like it's my fault. I always feel like that. I'ma forever feel like that. Everybody say don't you feel like that, but you don't know how that feel. Like it's like everybody on your watch, like they right here with you. How could you let this happen? You know what I'm saying? Like I supposed to been on my pivot. How could I slip? You know what I'm saying? How could I slip? You know what I'm saying? Why I wasn't on point?
Not only does he start to blame himself, but from here the situation would only get worse for the young rapper. Because of the severity of the incident, it was constantly all over the local news. And given that Yungeen Ace is a popular rapper and the lone survivor, his picture was all over the broadcast. As most people feel terrible for him in this situation, one particular person has other intentions. And surprisingly, this time it's not Fulio. Instead, it's the owner of a local gun store who automatically recognizes Ace's picture. He sees on the news that Ace is a convicted felon, and he realizes that he entered his store, which is actually a federal crime. So while Ace is in the hospital recovering and grieving, a man is out there trying to get him arrested. So just days later, police arrive to the hospital and put Ace in handcuffs. Not only did he lose his brother and 2 friends, but now he's facing a felony. Possibly the worst week he could ever have imagined. That was just a crazy story.